Hi, this is Mark in Denver, and I'm just going to give a recap. To be honest, that's been very difficult because we have our kids at home and kind of our ordinary life here at home. So it's hard to kind of get away from needing to entertain the kids and keep them occupied with things while we're at home. And we have cats wandering through. I guess it's not too much different from a regular festival in that we bring our kids along to the festivals as well, and we do have to entertain them. But it feels like it's a little bit easier when the day is structured, that we know that the teaching starts at this time, and then lunch is at this time, and the next teaching, and then dinner and puja and everything. So I think that helps with the experience. But there have been definite advantages here as well. As Genla said, we didn't have to travel to this festival, so it certainly saves some money and time and things like that, not having to travel. And I think it's also made it to where we could really kind of do the festival on our schedule. So in that way, I think maybe it has been a little easier to focus. One thing that I'm just amazingly struck by throughout this pandemic has been, both Genla Kenrab and Genla Dekyang and Gen Rigpa and all the other teachers who I've seen teach during this time, how much the Dharma comes through in their teachings. Sitting in my basement on a video screen, it really does feel to me like I'm at a festival, even though I'm in my basement. And to me, that has just caused my faith to grow so much, like in these teachings and in these teachers. It's just been so amazing for the UK festival and for this festival as well, the UK Spring Festival, that I feel like I'm sitting there in the temple, and Genla Dekyang or Genla Kenrab are right in front of me, and they're just teaching Dharma as they would to a temple full of people. And it's so amazing that it's coming through to me in this way, and it's so amazing that it's coming from them in that way. I think the main thing that stood out for me was the teaching today, trying to remember that there are just two things that we need to keep with us from these teachings on loving kindness, especially given all of the suffering and problems that are going on in our country right now. The first being that there are no living beings who are our enemies. Delusions are our only enemies. So, of course, I've heard this teaching so many times, but it's so wonderful to hear these teachings at a time when it really just hits you, right in the heart, when you're like, yes, I need that teaching right now. And then the second thing that Genla said in that teaching was every living being can correctly be identified as our mother. So we just need to remember this person is my mother. And again, it's just something we've heard so many times and meditated on so many times, but it's just helpful to have that reminder in this festival setting, especially when it's put in the context of what is going on in daily life.